Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CTL, episode 6. We're going to kick it off with King of the Ring finale. So, that's not going to be our main event tonight. We're going to have an extremely crazy main event that the King Giant has declared. It is going to be chaos. A chaos main event for sure. And we're starting off here with Luke Razorblade versus JR, though. So we have a great opening to declare who's going to be number one contender for the CTL title. It's going to be a big deal here. And also, who is going to be the winner of King of the Ring. So Luke Razorblade versus JR. Definitely going to be a good one here. Of course, the winner will face Marcus at Clash at the Castle. Yeah, King Giant declared a crazy main event tonight. Well, first of all, we're going to have a number one contender for the IC title. That will be our second matchup tonight. That will be an over-the-top rope battle royal. So whoever wins that will get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship at Clash at the Castle. Also, tonight we are going to have a six-man Hell in a Cell match. It will be Game Over teaming with Marcus to take on Joe J. James, Dan, and Paul Weiss of the Monarchy. So a little bit different than last week. We added one person on each side of the team, plus Hell in a Cell. It's going to be, someone's going to get hurt. And I warned the King Giant that, you know, we should not do a Hell in a Cell match because our health insurance is not great here. And he told me the next time I mentioned it, he would mute my microphone and exile me from CTL. So, I'm going to leave it at that, since he wants to be a dictator. So, yeah, I'll say it. Silence me? Really? He's not going to silence me. I have a contract that goes above his head. Okay, I don't want to hear him. And by the way, this is a one-fall match for King of the Ring, and a kick out there by Luke Razorblade. And I am going to be a little bit louder because I'm filming at a different location. So, that's going to be fun. And Luke Razorblade with a nice takedown there. And look at him going after the arm of JR. Luke Razorblade, of course, is a former CTL champion. He won the CTL title, and he cashed in his Money in the Bank, I believe, against Paul Weiss. That was a long time ago, probably 2K20, and I believe he held it a little while in 22, and eventually he got beat. I think it was John that beat him. I'm not for sure, though. I'm trying to recall all the CTL champions. And JR going to go for another pin here. And oh, look at that. Luke Razorblade grabs the ropes, and rope break is on. We didn't really have a say in it, but that may have saved Luke Razorblade. And look at JR. Oh, man. JR with another nice dive. And JR's playing. I mean, JR's been looking great in this, but just right when I said it, Luke Razorblade with a nice counter there. When I believe a finisher. And look at JR. Oh, wow. And now JR, I think he may have countered the finisher as well. And look at this. Right into the T of CTL. And JR going for the pin. The ref is playing duck, duck, goose. And a kick out there. Whoever wins this will be King of the Ring and a #1 contender. And look at Luke Razorblade going after JR. And a kick out there. And look at Luke Razorblade. Charging JR. Connects again. JR lands on the tee. Uh-oh, Luke Razorblade, that's not good. Oh, man, what a dive on JR. What a dive. And they're starting the count, which we tried to turn that off as well. They just wouldn't listen to us. They would not listen to us. They said the King of the Ring is going to be ran this way. And I'm telling you, we won't have a count out for sure, because if we do have a count out, we're going to restart this thing. So that is not an option. There's no countouts at King of the Ring. And look at JR. Got a good lock in there. And JR going for the pin. And he wins off of that. Wow. And I'm telling you, JR, I felt like JR dominated this match and won big. And he is officially your winner of King of the Ring. And the one fall thing, that's why it's not as good. I'm telling you, they need to make these one fall matches better. And congratulations to JR. He is the #1 contender. He went through Luther, Crimson, and Luke Razorblade. Beat all three of them. And look here! King Giant attacks JR. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Really? Really? You have got to be kidding me. A pedigree. You have got to be kidding me right now. And now he's showing his gut. Look at this. How disgusting. JR is the winner of King of the Ring. He never declared that he was an actual king. And that's what's going on here. We knew this was eventually going to happen. We didn't know it was going to be this quick. And JR just got out of a match. How disgusting. And look here. Continues to attack the #1 contender. This came out of nowhere. We thought maybe Monarchy could get involved. And another pedigree. Come on. Call the law. Really? How ridiculous. And this guy continues to show his gut. Nobody wants to see it. And JR's just he's being attacked. And there's nothing nobody can do. And the king slipped. Look at JR. Look at JR here. And he finally takes down the King. And no luck there, though. At least he got in a move. Just imagine you're trying to celebrate King of the Ring, and look here! JR picks up the King and slams him. He's had enough. I think we've all had enough of this guy. And JR needs to make an example out of him. And JR may have an opportunity here to embarrass the King. But look here. Another pedigree. You have got to be kidding me. It's not a match. Why are you ringing the bell? And now we're going to our #1 contender for the IC title. How disgusting of the King's actions. I don't care. He can try to mute my mic. He should be ashamed of himself, attacking a man who just won a match. He just got out of combat. And all because he's going to be a king. It has nothing to do with your king, you being a king. It's just King of the Ring. There can only be one king. Oh my goodness. Someone has got to stop this monarchy. Somebody. And hopefully Game Over and Marcus can do something tonight. And Okada already eliminated in this #1 contender for the IC title. Jay with the counter elimination. Wow. This has been a crazy night already. And we are down to 7 people in this match. The winner will take on Jay Glenn at the pay-per-view. I'm telling you. Attacking people when they least expect it, come on. And we got a lot of talent in this ring. By the way, DJ Bob is back. We tried to get him back, on an earlier episode. Some stuff came up, and we finally got him on the roster. So, DJ Bob has returned. Always great to have him. And, of course, we got Ryan, Judd, John is in this match. We also have, William, Jay, Luther. A lot of great talent. Okada was here. We'll see who gets this #1 contender for the IC title. It will be JR versus Marcus at Clash of the Castle. And I'm telling you, JR is on a roll. He has 3 victories. 3 victories in singles matches. And that's that's a good sign. And, he's defeated some of the best. Luther, Crimson, Luke Razorblade. So if I'm Marcus, this might be one of the toughest competitors yet. Because to defeat all 3 of those guys, he has a shot at defeating Marcus. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We have some big matches coming up at Clash of the Castle. And look at Judd slamming Luther again. Oh, and John has been eliminated. Judd eliminates John. And we are down to 6. Shocking elimination there. John usually does really well in these. And we are down to 4. It looks like William's been eliminated as well. And it is down to Ryan, Judd, Jay, and Luther. Only one of these 4 is going to go to the next, to the IC title. They're going to get a shot at Clash at the Castle. There's probably going to be an opportunity to take on the Monarchy at Clash at the Castle. That's probably going to be an opportunity match to take them on. So that would leave probably about 3 slots for Clash at the Castle. And Ryan going after Luther here, trying to eliminate him. And Judd going after Ryan. And Judd eliminates Ryan. So we are down to 3. 3 people are left. Jay, Judd, and Luther. Oh man, Luther trying to clothesline Judd there. Uh-oh. Look at Judd. Oh, Judd was trying to do one of those moves like it's kind of like a baseball player, but it's a big punch. And Jay has Judd on the ropes. And especially if Luther jumps in here, it could be really bad for Judd. But he's not doing it. But Jay may not need him. And Jay eliminates Judd, so we are down to 2. And Luther taking Jay to the ropes. And Luther eliminates Jay. And what an elimination there by Luther. And it will be Luther versus Jay Glenn at Clash at the Castle. And what an incredible victory there by Luther here tonight to get that big win that he definitely needed. With Marcus being the CTL champion, he really hasn't been involved. Of course, we haven't really had a lot of involvement in the tag titles here lately. So, Luther definitely needed that victory. He definitely needed it. And he's going to get a big match at the pay-per-view. Clash at the Castle. Him versus Jay Glenn for the IC title. And this is the big main event. It will be Game Over and Marcus versus the Monarchy. So, Hell in a Cell tag, 2 out of 3 falls. Expect destruction. That's all I gotta say. And I just got a letter from the King. Really? A letter? You couldn't send a text? You had to send a bird to land on my desk with a letter? I mean, are we really in medieval times right now? And the letter says that I was incorrect and Jay Glenn is the U.S. champion, not the Intercontinental. Well, I'm sorry. Okay? People make mistakes. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? Say I'm sorry? Oh my goodness. I got a letter written in the King, and of course he did one of those fancy stamps that they had in medieval times. Like, really? I feel like I'm around a bunch of cosplayers now. We got an elf, we got a king, and we got a bunch of guys in white suits. So, the Monarchy. And the only reason they're wearing that is because they can't wear the armor. It's going to drag them down. But anyway, here we go. This Hell in a Cell match is going to be crazy. As you can see, they're already outside. And people are going to get hurt. People are definitely going to get hurt here tonight. And I don't think the King cares. He doesn't care about the #1 contender. Not even, I mean, it'd be like the #1 contender would be an ally to the King because the King has such a problem with our champion. But the King says there can only be one King. And that's why he attacked JR. He had nothing else against him. It's the fact that he won King of the Ring. So if Luke Razorblade would have won King of the Ring, he would have been attacked. It's like, really? He's making enemies. And if he makes enough, his kingdom is going to fall. And nobody signed up for the Monarchy except for Dan. He's the only one that signed up. There's still opportunities to sign up to join the Monarchy, but nobody else has volunteered. And for good reason. We got a lot of people outside. You have to get the fall in the ring. And that also gets out of control because you don't know how long these matches are going to take. And of course, FLH had a legendary one at Backlash. Probably one of the best matches I've ever seen. And we'll see how this one plays out tonight. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on the channel. Because, I mean, later we might add this stuff to Facebook as well. Just later down the road. Not anytime soon. So make sure you hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Anything helps. And definitely, we can use all the help we can get here. Oh, man. Marcus slammed right into the cell. Paul Weiss and Marcus are fighting. And Crimson needs to help his partner Jay out, because Jay's in trouble here. Seems like the CPU is not responding well. And now everyone's going outside again. Nobody can stay in the ring. And it's hard to maneuver around here because there's not a lot of room to work with, especially with 6 people when it comes to the outside part. And Paul Weiss slamming Jay here. And oh, come on, Paul. You really think your foot is going to, keep Jay down? How arrogant. How arrogant can you be? And look at Paul Weiss here, slamming Marcus. And Joe J. James attacking Jay with the stick. This is getting out of control already. You got Paul Weiss versus Crimson here. Oh man, slamming Crimson up against that cell. And look at Joe J. James. And look here, Crimson. Oh my goodness, puts Paul Weiss through the cell. And of course, he kind of has a history of Paul Weiss. A couple of these subs do. I think that goes back to the Christmas special in 2K20. Oh yeah. And now Crimson is climbing the cell. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is a good idea at all. And now Paul's climbing it. You know he's going to go back up. Of course he is. Because we can't have one day without someone getting hurt. And the most likely to get hurt is on top of the cell. That's where bad things happen. And Paul Weiss and Crimson are going to have a battle. This is absolutely asinine, is what it is. And look at Paul Weiss slamming Crimson. Oh my goodness. And look here, Crimson. Oh my goodness. Call the law. Paul Weiss just got thrown off of a cell. Oh my. Basically attempted murder on CTL. That is insane. And Paul Weiss gets right back up. I don't know how he did it. He is limping though. My goodness. This is why we can't have good things. Paul Weiss is just, he's acting very strange. He took a big hit there. My goodness. No points have been scored yet. Look at Paul Weiss. Choke slamming Crimson. And Crimson's in trouble. And a kick out there by Crimson. And now Paul Weiss slamming Jay. He is mad. And look here. How? Really? Really, dude? The 1 foot pin is the... You're not Andre. If you were Andre the Giant, it would be different. You're not Andre. You're not... I don't know who this guy thinks he is, but he's doing really well, despite taking that hit that he took. And Crimson with a kick out there. And look at Crimson slamming Joe J. James. And look at Jay Glenn here. Oh my goodness. What a power bomb. And Marcus, finally it looks like game over, and Marcus are taking a little bit of charge in here. And Marcus going for the pin here. And a good attempt there by Crimson to stop. I mean, Crimson stopped that from being interrupted, but there was a kick out anyway. And a kick out there by Dan. That was a great save by Crimson, though, but it didn't matter. And, you got Jay, who, by the way, is the U.S. champion. Sorry for saying he was the Intercontinental earlier, since we have to really complain about that. And look at Paul Weiss slamming Crimson and could not go for the pin. Everybody is on everybody. And Crimson, you can't do nothing. There's a bunch of white suits everywhere you go. The Monarchy is the real deal. And look here. We got a table that everyone is landing on as well. They're not landing on the mat. And Marcus going for a pin here. The ref is taking too long. That may have been a 3. Really? This is just complete anarchy here, what we're seeing. And Dan slams Crimson. Going for the pin, but Jay won't even allow it. Dan he has just been excellent in this match. Even when Crimson stopped him on that one, he was focused. He was focused on, and look at that. I mean, look at that. He just slid into that pin. He did not care there. And look at that counter. And look at Joe J. James here. A gut punch to Crimson. And look at Dan. The big slam there. And Dan going for the pin. And Marcus breaks it up. These teams have really been working hard. And look at Joe J. James. Throwing Marcus across the ring. This is crazy. And now Joe J. James. Slamming Jay Glenn. Going for the pin here. And Crimson breaks it up. Oh my goodness, Joe going crazy with the chair. And Jay didn't even see Dan. Look here, Samoan Spike. Oh my goodness. And that's a point for Monarchy. I'm telling you, this team is on steroids or something. I have never seen, Joe, Paul, Kong, all like this. And, Dan's doing a really good job with this team. But the question is, can they beat Game Over and Marcus? And a nice move there by Jay, breaking up that pin. Oh, man, Jay hit Dan in the back of the head. Jay doing some really good moves here. And he's got an opportunity to get a point. And a kick out. And look at Crimson and Paul Weiss are battling. Oh, and a chair shot there by Dan. And the Monarchy double teaming Jay here. And Dan, oh my goodness. That has got to hurt when you're in the corner and you get hit with a chair. Wide open. I'm telling you, man. This team, I've never seen nothing like this. Dr. Educator could not achieve half of what this team has achieved. This is unreal. And someone needs to stop this. The Monarchy has continued. They've won twice. Back-to-back wins, big wins over great competitors. Who can stop the Monarchy? And we'll see you all next time. My goodness.